Riya bought the mirror on a rainy evening from an old street vendor. A tall, dusty antique covered in carvings of twisted, screaming faces. The seller stared at her and whispered, "Be careful. This mirror doesn't show reflections. It remembers them." Riya laughed nervously and took it home. She shouldn't have. That night, Riya hung the mirror in her room. Just to try it, she stood in front of it. But something felt wrong. When she lifted her hand, her reflection didn't move. When she smiled, it didn't. Then, 10 seconds later, the reflection suddenly copied everything at once, like a recording catching up. Riya blamed the dim light, but deep in her chest, something felt cold. The next night, while brushing her hair, Riya froze, because in the mirror, behind her reflection, stood a woman. Long black hair, pale, stretched skin, empty eyes that stared through the glass, and a mouth that opened slowly, too slowly. Riya spun around, but her room was empty. She turned back, and the woman was still behind her reflection. Not behind her, behind the reflection. The woman lifted her hand, reaching for Riya's reflected shoulder. Then the mirror went dark, pitch black. On the third night, Riya tried recording herself. She set up her phone, sat down in front of the mirror, and waited. Her reflection stared back, unmoving, unblinking. Then slowly, the reflection tilted its head. Riya didn't. It grinned, a slow, stretched, unnatural grin. Then waved at her. Riya's breath caught in her throat. From the phone recording, a sound began to rise. Soft, distorted, laughing. Her reflection was laughing at her. Night 4. Riya woke to tapping. Tap, tap, tap. She turned toward the mirror, and her heart stopped. Her reflection was gone. The mirror showed her room, but empty. Then, from the edge of the mirror frame, her reflection walked into the image, as if it had just returned from somewhere. It stared at her, smiling a smile Riya never had. Riya whispered, trembling, "Who are you?" Her reflection mouthed, "You." That final night, the tapping became pounding. The mirror shook violently, the glass bending like liquid. Riya stepped closer, drawn by a force she couldn't name. Her reflection pressed its hands against the glass, trying to push out, cold rage twisting its face. It whispered, "Move aside." Riya stumbled back. Cracks spread across the mirror, like veins. Then, her reflection began climbing out. Not walking, climbing, limbs bending like a spider. Riya screamed and ran, but something cold grabbed her ankle. She looked down. A pale hand, her own hand, was pulling her into the mirror. Riya clawed at the floor, but the reflection hissed, "Your turn to stay inside." One final pull, and Riya vanished into the mirror. Her reflection stepped out onto the floor, smoothed its hair, and smiled with her face. Ria's face. The next day, her friends found the house empty, except for the mirror. When one of them looked into it, they froze. Riya was inside the mirror, slamming her fists against the glass, silent screams echoing in the dark. And behind her, the pale woman from earlier, slowly placed a finger on Ria's lips. Shh.